This video is an overview of July 2020 to the end of the year. On this channel, we share our experiences in preparing for off-grid, frugal, simple living and all that it entails. We are getting as much as we can done before our projected move in the spring of 2021. I will start at the beginning and I will be showing you what all we have got done and how we are doing everything as efficiently and cheaply as we know how. I will also give a quick breakdown of how much everything has cost us so far. At the end of July, my husband and I purchased 45 acres of land in Cochise County, Arizona. It is an off-grid property and our nearest neighbors and electric lines are 1/2 mile away. We had it subdivided and 2 or 3 of our grown kids, possibly someday all 4, plan to move there too and set up their own off-the-grid homesteads. Our daughter and son-in-law and some other friends looked at the property for us. One day later, we made an offer which was accepted. I spent the next few weeks researching everything I could about the property in the area. We saw the land for the first time the day before we signed the papers to purchase the property. We immediately put up a gate and some friends came and helped us haul off over 2 tons of trash. We looked the property over and my husband Red called a surveyor and got the subdivision going. He also found a well driller with a projected wait time of 2 months. After our first trip, we decided we needed to buy a truck or something that could tow a trailer. We started looking online and found someone on Facebook Marketplace selling a 1999 diesel Ford Excursion that had a towing package and could haul up to 10,000 pounds. It had some front-end damage, but otherwise appeared to be in excellent condition for its age. We purchased it for $6,100, and 1 week later we took it on our next trip to the property. We took the back seat out, folded the middle seats down, and camped in it for 9 days while we designed the layout of our property, had the subdivision filed, had roads put in, got the well and house site cleared, had the soil test for our septic system, got our owner-builder opt-out permit, and had 2 40-foot shipping containers delivered. In mid-September, we purchased a new 20-foot-long trailer for $4,500. 3 days later, we put it to good use. Here's what we got on Facebook Marketplace last night. These bundles were $100 each. They have about 56 boards. I ended up carrying it all over here by myself because my son had to go to work. Now that I got the trailer unloaded, hopefully we can go get some more. Here's this pile I just did. There's that over there that I've been working on. So here's the progress. We bought 4 bundles of lumber for a total of $400. Most of the boards were white oak, red oak, and ash. I pried off most of the wedges, and Red went to work designing the well house. Since it was a small structure and only 8 foot tall, he was able to use the lower quality boards. He completely cut out and labeled the entire well house frame for fast and easy assembly out on the property. We loaded the prefabricated well house and some other lumber and supplies onto the trailer and made the 9-hour drive out to the property. When we got there, we purchased the remaining materials, and Red got straight to work building the well house. The well house is 7.5 feet wide, 11.5 feet long, and the roof slopes from 7 to 8 foot tall. While Red put up the well house, I set up camp, explored the property, and helped when needed. The well was drilled 2 weeks before we arrived. It was 10 weeks from when we called the driller to the time it was completed. Part of the delay was on us because the driller couldn't set the date until we had the area around the well site cleared and a good road and turnaround access for his rig. Red quickly assembled the frame, got it squared, and I helped him hold the pro panel so he could screw it on. We used pro panel for the siding and the roof. It worked out great for our budget, and it was easy to put up, it's durable, and it doesn't need to be painted. I finished the spray foam and insulation while Red made the door. Red framed an opening in the roof so the well guys could easily set the pump and for easy access later. The well is 285 feet deep. They hit water at 160 feet and set the pump at 200 feet deep. The cost of the well, pressure tanks, and pump was about $15,000. It will be a shared well for us and our kids. Then Red wired the well house and well pump to run on the generator until we get the solar system set up. He also wired the lights, plugs, and all the necessary electrical for the washer and dryer that we also plan to have in the shed. Here is the cost breakdown of the materials we used to build the well house. This visit, we also made a trip to the Phoenix area to pick up our solar panels. This was our third trip to the property, and we were there for 9 days. After we got home, Red went back to work making the rest of the rafters for a shipping container barn. He had to straighten the warp out of some of the boards. He marked a pattern on the concrete to make sure the rafters were all made the same size. He marked and labeled the boards for easy assembly and pre-drilled the holes for the bolts. 1 month after our previous trip, we were back out at the land. We arrived late that night, set up camp, and the next day the kids and I went to work assembling the rafters, while Red started welding on the toe strips that will give extra stability and support since the rafters will be set in the middle of the shipping containers. Then we decided we might as well mount our solar panels on the roof, so he designed the roof angle at about 30 degrees. He looked at the available materials and the cost and size of the roof and decided to go with 16-foot long pro-panel sheets, which ended up coming to the middle of the container. Then he designed the rest of the roof to make it fit. We also wanted to park our RV under it while we build our house and also have a shaded work area, so he designed the trusses with collar ties for high clearance. I plan to plant the garden on one side of the container, which will provide a little shade in one side of the garden's fence. This was the cheapest structure we could think of to fulfill all of our needs, which are dry, secure storage for our belongings while we build our house, a shaded work area and place to park our RV and eventually other equipment, the rack to mount our solar panels that will power our house and well, an insulated room to store our solar equipment, rainwater catchment with containers for water storage, partial shade in one side of the fence for our garden, sheltered animal enclosures under the roof area, and an eventual workshop area. We plan to have only 3 structures on our property: the well house, the shipping container barn, and an approximately 1,300 square foot house with a 1-car attached garage. Here is the cost breakdown for our shipping container barn. Here's the cost totals of everything we purchased regarding our off-grid land and builds from July to December of 2020. We spent $40,000 for our 20-acre parcel of land. The rest is subdivided into 4 to 8 acre lots. Our kids will pay $2,000 an acre if they want to buy and live on their own parcel of land. We combine the cost of the well and land together since it is a shared well for all of us on the property. Buying a large piece and subdividing it made it very affordable for everyone. 2 of our grown kids have plans to move out on the land at the same time that we do. The rest of this is fairly self-explanatory. Make sure to check out the second page before clicking off. The Ford Excursion and trailer will have easily paid for themselves in the money they have saved us by the time we make the move. As always, thanks so much for watching, and please like and subscribe.